Good afternoon, Upper School, and welcome to our third virtual assembly. Before we go any further, Ramadan Mubarak to all of our students and families during this holy month. So as you can see there, we've got quite a long list of things to go through today in our virtual assembly. It will start off with college and careers advice for our Year 11s, and also explain a little bit about our GCSEs and so the grades that you will be receiving in August of this year. I'm going to go through Seneca, mental wellbeing again. I'm going to introduce something new on enrichment this week. I'm going to discuss the Envision fundraising project that's taking place with our Year 10 students. An opportunity to take part in the BBC Young Reporter that's taking place. We're going to talk in the message this week about Ramadan and finishing off there with shout outs and eventually naming our second gift card winner for outstanding work. So before I go and start talking about college and careers guidance, I just want to start off by saying that for Year 11, I understand that it is a very confusing time for you right now, and there's probably some anxiety about how your grades will look, how they'll be made, when will you find out about them. I just want to point you in the right direction. A letter has been sent home to you to explain the process of this. A copy of that letter is also on our website under the virtual school, and there's also an update on there which has been written by Miss Ahmed, which explains how we will be taking this process further forward. Everything that we do will be working alongside the guidance of the Department of Education and following that strictly to make sure that it's a very, very fair process throughout all of this, so that when you do get your results on the 20th of August, they reflect the work that you've been producing throughout your 5 years at the school and towards the end of this Year 11 academic year. In the meantime, you should all still be preparing Year 11 for your college courses next year. Whilst we're not setting you specific work, we are updating our website with resources that are useful for you. You should still be taking it upon yourselves to go and find out about the college courses that you're going to be taking in September, reading up on the website that you're on the college you're going to, because the resources are being put up there for you to access. So I wouldn't sit down and think that you've got all this free time on your hands. Really do make it useful and productive, because it gets you that head start for when we do start back up in September, or I hope, or whenever it is that we do get started again. But in the meantime as well, we had a lady called Jenny Lashley, who has been our college and careers guidance lead at school. She's met with all of you now. She met with you on Thursdays. You all had one interview so far and some help to put you in the right direction about the courses you should be applying for. We still have the opportunity to work with Jenny over the summer period and the summer term. She has contacted me and the school to talk about getting in touch with you guys to give you that help and support should you need it. The process of this will look as follows. You've got some contact information there. So you've got an email address and you've got a mobile phone number. If you would like to, in any time between now and when you receive a letter from school, which will be in a week or so's time, if you feel that you want to speak to the Birmingham Career Service and ask for Jenny to go through your college course options or your concerns or queries, please feel free to do so and do that now. Alternatively, we have been talking with Jenny and the careers team about providing a next wave of support for you. A letter will be coming out to you shortly stating how Jenny and the team will be able to help you, and some of the conversations that can be had, and some frequently asked questions, so that you guys are ready for the summer term, knowing what's going to be ahead of you and you're not left in the dark. That's going to come out to you. It's going to give the option of who would like to be able to receive phone calls from Jenny, and it gives you the option if you don't want to receive those phone calls. But I would really urge that all of you take up this opportunity, because Jenny and her team are there for you, just as we are, but they give you that expert advice during what is quite a confusing time, and they might be able to give you some really, really simple answers to put you at ease with how you're feeling right now about colleges and courses. As I put the screen up now, you can see Seneca as the headline. We are currently in our second week of rolling out for Seneca. So far, it was a slow start in the first week. Second week, we're starting to see much more improved numbers in terms of the uptake. But we really do need to ensure that we are getting students enrolled quickly so that we can start getting the learning taking place. So for Year 10s, we do need you on there as soon as possible. As you can see, I've said there, your online activity and interaction is being tracked. Now, this isn't like a big brother thing. This is to make sure we know who's on school, who's taking part in their schoolwork, so that we can help and support you. And if you're not actually logging into Seneca, we're going to assume there's a problem with your Seneca login. So we're going to help you with that. We shouldn't be in a position where we're now almost at the end of the 6th week without actually being in school together. If you consider Easter as 2 weeks at that time, we can't afford to be sitting back not doing work now. Work has been uploaded for you as resources, that's fine, but Seneca is our tool and our platform that we do need to be following. So I've reposted all of the codes to get into your subject areas. When you get onto Seneca, we need you to look for the option in the top right corner of your screen that shows classes and assignments. When you click on classes and assignments, you'll see the option to join class. Join class using the codes that are in green on the right of this page, and you should be able to access straight away the classes and the resources that are being set. It's really, really important now, year 10, that we get moving on this, because from next week we're going to start to chase up on people who is not engaged with this and who aren't taking part, because we're worried for you. Obviously, we want to make sure we give our best opportunity to succeed in year 11 next year, and we want to help you with that. So if you need the help, we'll be able to provide it for you. It's a case of you're not interacting because you don't want to. It's a conversation we need to have, because really we do need to make use of that time whilst we're away from each other. Last week I said we'd talk about notices and updates, and there'll be a feature for each of our virtual assemblies that we have. You can see I've got 3 on there today, NSPCC being the first one. Mental health and well-being is such a huge thing right now. Whilst we're in isolation, it's not an enjoyable time, I'm sure. Whilst there are some benefits from it, there's many negatives of it, and I understand that, and the school recognises it. What the NSPCC have done is they've provided some materials that are pupil and child friendly for all the ages of school, so all the way up to 18. And I suggest that you take a look at this, because each week I'll try and mention something new about mental health or recap something we spoke about, because if we take our eye off that, things can start to become a little bit heavy for us. So take a look on the NSPCC using the link that's in this PowerPoint. On this current link, you'll see information about worries about the world and how coronavirus has hit it, dealing with loss and bereavement, the advice for children who finish early. So those people, especially in year 11, who have been told you're not going back, you're not doing your exams, there's a whole section on there to help and support you for that, or just get your head around some of the concepts you might be facing. Those of you that are worrying about exam results, there's a section on for that. And there's also finally an online tool section. One that looks really good is called the Calm Zone, and it does calm activities to sort of relax you and get rid of stress. Definitely worth a look. As we look at the enrichment, life skills and enterprise, we should really take this opportunity to sit back and reflect on our current situations. What do we know? What don't we know within our subjects? But actually, at the same time as that, try and extend our learning. Try and find something else we can start to get good at. Now's the opportunity to start digging deeper into possible thoughts for careers. Now's the time to start thinking about, well, I've got this idea. Could I make it happen? Maybe that enterprise package that you can get from the school website in the enrichment section provides you with the plans the structure that might be able to put your plan down on paper. The bottom line is, now's the time to use it productively. So please have a look at that section there. I really do encourage you to do that. And actually, with the life skills section, there's a good section there on how you can look after your finances, even as a child now, as a teenager, but even so far as when you become an adult. So it sets you up for the financial world that you will face. As always, getting in touch is easy. Please use the link there, info@artbolton.org. You can contact your teacher directly using the initial and the first initial and the last name. For example, c.hetherington@artbolton.org, or you can use the Sharp system. In every single bit of correspondence that you use, please provide your full name, your year group and your tutor group, so we can really make sure you're in the right place if you've sent it to the wrong person. At this point in the assembly, I'm talking on behalf of the Year 10 students who have been engaged in the Envision project this year. They're actually the second group this year to be engaged in it after the first group completed it successfully at the end of January. The second group was working with our local business provider to raise money and awareness for FareShare, which is the community they chose to support. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus outbreak, they've had to put pause on their fundraising ideas and events and have decided to instead do this virtually. I'm going to now read out what it is that they're trying to achieve and who for. We're a team of Year 10 students from Art Bolton Academy in Birmingham, taking part in Vision's Community Apprentice programme, which develops employability skills and confidence in young people through community participation. We have chosen to raise awareness and funds for FareShare because we are passionate about tackling the issue of food waste. Before the coronavirus outbreak, we managed to raise awareness in our school by making a video about food waste and presented it during an assembly to Year 8 students. Our planned fundraising event has been cancelled due to the pandemic. However, we are still passionate about the charity and completing our project, so please help us to reach our goal and support this local cause. The page will close on the 15th of May 2020, and that page that they're talking about is their fundraising page, which is Just Giving. If you could go to the picture that is on the left hand side there, which has got Art Bolton, FareShare and Envision, if you click on that, it will take you to it will hyperlink you to the fundraising page where you'll be able to make a donation, however big or small you feel you can make. Every penny is a bonus and every penny goes to the charity, and it helps the students in our year group in Year 10 to help this charity move further and forward. I thought an interesting fact that I found about FareShare is their motto is, "We fight hunger and food waste to feed more than 19,000 people every week." That's an amazing achievement. So a really worthwhile cause. Please dig deep. Please try and help contribute as much as you can. Again, of course, if it's only a small couple of pennies you can provide, it's still more than they had before. Please help our Year 10 students, help FareShare moving forward. Our final notice today is an opportunity, should you wish to take it on. The BBC are looking for young reporters. In particular, they want to hear your experiences about how things are for you during the coronavirus crisis. How has isolation affected you? How has finishing school affected you? And has it caused any friction at home because you're fed up of being around your siblings? It could be anything. What we want to hear is your version of events and how you would like to tell the story about how things are for you. You can take part by clicking on the link at the bottom of this page, and it'd be great to see if you can get some students involved in this. I know we've got some really creative writers out there. So our message today, as I said at the start of the session, is about Ramadan and how we can link our virtues during this period of Ramadan. Whilst daily life feels very different to usual, I imagine that you and your families will unfortunately be forced to take a slightly different approach to how you'll be observing Ramadan this year. What is usually a very social time of the year, structured by a clear daytime and evening, will of course not be as possible. Despite the many challenges you will face during this period, it's still an opportunity for you to self-reflect, to show commitment, have compassion for others, to be disciplined and to be honest. Mr. Patel was able to pass on some really wise words and a quote, which I will read out to you now. It's very fitting during this period of time. We live in a difficult time, but when the heart is strengthened in difficult times, it develops spiritual stamina, which then enables the body to do what previously seemed very difficult. Once again, Ramadan Mubarak. I hope you and your families are safe and well. So our shout outs for this week, we're starting with maths. Well done to Zain Mahmood, Samira Khan and Alish Belaila, who have all taken time to ensure that the work is completed to an excellent standard. Well done to you people there. In French, Siham Amis Mohammed and Hamna Ashfaq for getting more than 90% correct answers. Excellent achievement, well done. In English, Halima Mahmood and Amani Abdullah for excellent scores so far in their online assignments. Well done to all the students I've just called out there and shouted out. I look forward to hearing more from your teachers about all the excellent work that's going on behind the scenes that I don't get to see, and hopefully your name will be called out over the coming weeks. Before we leave for the day, it's that time again where we start to announce our Amazon gift card winner for this week. Several pieces of work have stood out that has been sent in. I still want to see more. I still don't think we're getting enough getting sent in. But please send in the work that you think you're proud of. The high scores that you are scoring on your Seneca will also be considered for this part of the shout outs. But our Amazon gift card for this week goes to Ali Awad in 10 discipline. Ali sent in some work to his art teacher this week, and several pieces were reviewed. And all I've got to say is I was blown away by the absolute talent that I was able to see in the pictures. So he's been working really, really hard on several pieces that I've seen. This is my personal favourite, and I thought I'd include that in our assembly today. I didn't realise how good a talent Ali was in terms of art, so I just want to say well done to you. The work that's gone on behind the scenes for all the pieces that you've worked on just shows that depth and that determination to continue, to keep working to a high standard and still strive for that 9 that I'm sure you're capable of getting at GCSEs next year. Outstanding effort once again. Well done. You're the winner this week of our Amazon gift card. And that brings us to the end of this week's assembly. As always, please stay safe, look after your families, be the role models within your families, help each other out, and I look forward to speaking to you all again next week. Have a safe week.